this team that went to the state finals when they were freshmen, they were 17-0 on JV, and their sophomore year they were 18-0. I'm not even going to use the word competitive. Practices, the JV against the varsity, they were wars, and I think everybody that was involved would agree.
And you talk about thoroughbreds. I mean, they really were thoroughbreds in that respect, and they would fight. You know, they didn't know anything about losing. You know,
they had an edge and they were competitive and that type of stuff on the floor, but there was a sense of this is how we do things. Mm-hmm. And this is the standard, and that was true for those girls in the classroom, in the hallways, and a lot of them were top in their class academically.
I'm going to talk about Todd Winland since he can't be here, the head coach. I was in a unique position. I'm turning the program over to him, but I'm also the athletic director that gets a say in who takes my place. And I'll be honest with you, there were several coaches across the state that, had 500 plus wins, but the question was, are they going to be a good fit? He's going to run them up and down the court. He's going to make the opponents play 84 feet coming back. I felt like, as far as being a good fit to take the program and run, no pun intended, he's the man.
Todd would get in them. He coached them. He didn't care if we were up by 40, and we were up by 40, quite a few times. I mean, he would coach them every single minute of the game.
Those girls were gym rats. They knew they needed to get a ball in their hands. They knew they needed to get its shots up, do the ball handling, do the AAU circuit. It all paid dividends. But I think the key strength of that team was just their overall speed and quickness. Dakota Weatherford became an Indiana All-Star, went on to play ball at Louisville. That speaks volumes of her talent. Haley Cook, another one, just as quick, left-handed, was able to get to the basket. Coaching at Kokomo now, went on to play college ball. Caitlin Rednauer, another good guard. Morgan Cochran, another good guard.
Yes.
Morgan Bertrand ended up taking Miranda Pennington's place when Miranda got hurt, I believe, in the regional. Caitlin Matchett, a great kid, just a great family. Yeah. It was just an unusual group.
If you subbed your starters out and you're like, as another coach, you're probably like, we're going to get a break. Not a chance. They just come in and put the pedal down even harder. Scott and Dan did a good job of balancing that out and giving the girls a little bit of levity in practice. Dan was always good for that, I think.
Good cop, bad cop.
But they were, but yet knew the game, knew exactly what was expected of them.
Man, it's tough to break through. Obviously we've had a really good, successful girls program since then. They kind of set, the ones before them, and they kind of established that this is what Hamilton Heights girls basketball is all about.
If you look at the last 15 years, there's only been 3 losing seasons for girls basketball. So we built a program here that we have high standards for, and we have quality coaches leading them, and we just hope to continue that success. Over the course of the high school, I think their record was 79-8, which speaks volumes of their success. So coming into that semi-state, I thought, man, we've got our work cut out for us here. I think we just shocked them. I think, again, it goes back to our speed, quickness, just the fight we had.
Well, in that game, we were down in that game.
Yeah.
We were down going into the end of that game. Yeah. But, again, you talk about fighters, people that just don't have it in them to give up. And that's what I'll remember about this team, is that they just never had it in them to concede.
Well, on behalf of the Hamilton Heights Athletic Committee, I'd like to say congratulations to the coaching staff and to, most importantly, those athletes that made up that team. It's a well-deserved honor. You kind of set a standard and have a legacy of greatness.
Will forever be etched in the history of Hamilton Heights, and deservedly so in the Hall of Fame. You guys definitely set a bar that is seldom seen and seldom achieved.
I echo the same sentiments. I'm proud of the fact that they experienced a championship, but I'm just as proud or more proud of the fact that they're great people.
Yes.
And went on to have successful careers.